Okay, good morning. Today I'm going to be talking about goals part two. And really, what I want to do is just touch on certain things that I know once you consider them will help you not only create better goals, but just make it create that more desire towards your goal, which is very necessary. That's what keeps you motivated. So one of the things first I want to talk about goals is definitely help you understanding that goals are very important. It's important because what happened is that if you don't have a goal that you're working towards, then what most people don't realize is that I'll give you a good example. See, people live their lives in cycles. Like there's plenty of people out there. I know I've been a victim of it myself, where it's like, you know, things just keep happening, in the past. Definitely make that distinction. In the past, what used to happen is, the same issues you have, or, you realize that they're reoccurring, whether it's in relationships or whether it's in your business, where you find yourself, you have a little bit of success or things go your way for a while and then things go backwards, which is something you never really want. But without goals, that's what happens. Is people life is like a roller coaster, man. It's up and down. And the reason for that is that they have nothing directly that they're working towards. Whenever you don't have a point of reference in the future, then what happened is you're reliving your past. And let me break that down for you. So whenever we get stumped with something, let's say a problem, what happened is our mind automatically think about a point in the past. Since you don't have a future in mind, it goes back to the only point of reference you have, which is your past. And it say, okay, how did I do this when that happened before? And then what happened is you do that because that's all and that's why people relive their life in cycles, because again, every time they go into something, run into something new like a problem or issue, they always depend on how they handle that issue in the past because they have no forward point of reference. I'll give you another way of saying it. It's like our life is on a lag. It's like a 3 to 6 months lag. It's like the life we're living right now is because of our thoughts that we've had 3 to 6 months ago. Now, what control our thoughts is our goals. Our thoughts is either moving forward or backward. There's no standing still in life. And unfortunately, you don't need a plan to go backwards. Like that's gonna happen, if you don't really be intentional. That's a given. So where the energy and effort comes in is somebody having a goal and literally thinking about that goal on a daily basis. And as you think about those goals on a daily basis, then it pulls that goals forward closer to you, because in the essence of it, like we are what we think about. I don't want to run into that whole trainer right now because I'll cover that another time, but I'm just saying that we are a product of our thoughts. Everything that we're experiencing right now is because of the way we think. And unfortunately, most people don't really have, the proper training on how to control their thoughts. So what happens is they're just reacting to everything that's around them. It's like anything that's going on around them, whether it's what the news tell them, the economy, this, that, recession. I don't believe in none of that shit. I literally, regardless of what's happening around me, because of my goals and because I live for my goals. That's another thing. That's what I was saying yesterday, is that you have to pick a goal that's worthwhile, like it's worth my life. You know what I mean? Like every single day, I'm very intentional about what I do. Like there's no real, accident, not big ones. You know what I mean? Is that everything that I'm doing is that I'm constantly thinking forward about my goals. And because I think about my goals, then I move closer to it on a daily basis. That's another thing. I just do a quick plug-in on this just to kind of help you understand this. So, a lot of time why people fails, I know especially for myself in the past. And again, a lot of things I'm teaching you is really from my personal experience. is that, you know, first thing we got to understand is success. You know, what the hell is success? You know, like the whole point of having a goal or something to work towards is because everybody wants to feel or be successful. So it's like, okay, let's define that. So it's essentially, it's like, you know, I used to look at success as a destination, and that's all it was to me. Yeah, it wasn't until it was Napoleon Hill and Bob Proctor at different times that I've learned this from. And that's another thing, guys. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you I'm a person that read a book a week. That's another thing. Perish that thought. Anybody that tell you need to read a crap load of books to be successful is bullshit. I haven't read a damn book in 3 years, you know. But I'm an audio person though. I listen to stuff that feeds my mind. So just throwing some people out that I listen to. Bob Proctor is actually one of my biggest mentors. And that guy, man, I really wish I had a chance to meet him before he died, because he literally have changed my life. You know, you got to find people that, you know, feed your spirit, feed your mind. You know, for me, it's Bob Proctor. At different points, it was different people over time, you know. In the beginning, and this is something I want to share with you guys too, because it's going to help you with your goals. See, you got to find things that motivate you. You know, for me, at one point, it was motivational speakers like Les Brown, Tony Robbins, and so forth. And don't get me wrong, those guys get you good and revved up. You know, they get you pumped up. And hey, we need that. That helps you to, you know, stay focused on what it is that you're trying to do. Again, find your people that motivate you. For me, it was Tony Robbins, Les Brown. I listen to other guys like Jim Rohn. These are people you can look up. Joe Dispenza. But Bob Proctor, though, was always my favorite. And even now, I still listen to him, even though I don't really listen to a lot of the other guys. So, you know, again, the topic is gold. And I know it sounds like I'm running off on a lot of tangent here, but believe me, these are priceless little nuggets. Just really open yourself to some of the stuff that I'm saying, and I promise you, it will develop that motivation and desire that you need, which you can never accomplish a goal without both. You need both. You got to become self-motivated over time. Don't worry about not being that right now. And then, so anyways, come back to success. With success, you know, the definition that I learned from, like I said, Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor, bring it up at different times, is that success, once you have a goal, and every single day you take one step closer to that goal, just realize that for that day you're successful. Success is not a destination. Success is you taking one step closer towards that goal. You know, and as long as you're doing that, believe me when I tell you, you're successful. You should feel successful. You should feel proud of yourself. You know, it's not just proud when you hit the end goal, is the journey and the steps that you take along the way. I want you to credit yourself for that. As you give yourself credit for making progress every day, then, you know, it's really putting you on track and setting yourself up, you know, motivation-wise, desire-wise, and just feeling accomplished, really. Some people just need to feel good about themselves. And you being successful, believe me, will make you feel good about yourself, because you know that you took a step every day to get you closer to your goals. Now, a couple ways I look at goals. Is like, one way I look at it, it's like, imagine going from here and, you know, walking about 10 feet ahead. And 10 feet down, that's the end of my goals. Now, here's the deal. You can either freaking take baby steps towards that goal. You can, you know, run towards that goal. You can full on sprint to that goal. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do. Again, you'll hear me say this over and over again. This is your race. This is your marathon. Don't compare yourself to me or nobody. You know, this is your journey. This is your marathon. And this is your life that you're creating, you know. Everybody's life is unique to them. So as far as that goes, bottom line I'm trying to get at is the ways to look at your goal is that every single day that you take a step closer towards your goal, again, you're successful. But number two is you're one step closer to your goal. If your goal is 100 steps, if you take a step a day, damn it, that means you get to your goal in 100 days. You know, I'm just saying, whatever it is, whether it's a year, 6 months, whatever it is every single day, be intentional about taking a step towards your goal. Another way to look at it, which I love this angle too, is that, so again, you can be going from A to point B, whatever distance that is to get to your goal. Another way to look at it, which is one of my favorite, is you can look at it like it's a ladder. Imagine a ladder, a 10-foot ladder, and it's like 10 notches on there, right? See, every time you fail, that's another thing, guys. I want to change your relationship with failure. Failure, there's plenty of ways people describe it, but I'm going to tell you, I love failure. I really do. I embrace it. I love it because I understand that it's part of the journey. There's no success, true, real success, without failure. So the first thing you got to do is you have to embrace failure and realize that it's nothing more than a part of the journey, a part of the process. So let me explain how failure works when in relation to your goal. So again, it's 10 notches up. You try something, you fail. Guess what? Now you one notch up that ladder. If you didn't fail, if you didn't try something, and even though you failed, you think you failed, you did not. You just learned something new. It increased your perspective. And here's what happens. The more you fail along that journey, you're getting higher and higher. And eventually, imagine this, it's like going straight up in the air. The higher you go, the further you can see. It's a blessing that you're failing. It really is. Because if you don't change your perspective, if you don't have a better view of what's happening and where you're going, then, how will you get there, man? You want to be able to see where you're going. We know the end goal is your goal. So again, that ladder principle, I really like that because it really changed the way I look at failure. Instead of looking at it something like, I shouldn't bother with this goal anyway. No. I simply realized that it's nothing more than a notch up that ladder, and every time I fell forward, fell higher, I'm able to, it feeds the next level of thought, because now that I can see further, I can come up with a better plan on how to get there. Just think about it. I know it'll make a big deal. It will definitely make a big difference for you. With all that being said, I know I'm spending 2 days on goals here because, again, it's very important. Damn, it's 12 minutes already. So listen, well, I don't want to spend a lot of time going into this, but I'm going to make a goal part 3 in the sense that I'll break down again, like the things I share in the beginning about my annual goals. Tomorrow we'll talk more about, I want you to think about that today. I want you to start thinking about, like, what are some goals that you want to accomplish this year? Whatever that is. You've seen my goals. I mean, it's talking about, well, I guess I'm talking about it now. I can't look at it because it's in my phone, but I'll tell you, some of the stuff like, me getting married, having a ceremony later on this year, cars I like for myself, rewards. Like, what's the point of working hard unless you're rewarding yourself? That's another thing too. It's like, as you pursue these goals and you work hard at it, or smart at it, I don't want to say this physically hard, but you're working towards it, there is nothing wrong with rewarding yourself. Damn it, you deserve it along the way, So that's what those goals are for, is that you set milestones that you want to hit, and you also set leisure or entertainment or things that's going to be fun for your life too, because, man, work hard and play hard. I guess that's one way to look at it. That's a phrase that kind of cliche catches it. So anyways, goals. That's all I want to say for today. We'll pick up something else exciting tomorrow. Believe me when I say this, there's an unlimited supply of information coming your way. When you live this stuff, you can say it 10 different ways, the same damn thing. And I know the more I give people different examples, and this is how I know that it's helping people, because, it's learning how to say the same things in many different ways. I didn't just tell you write a goal. I'm giving you examples and I'm making you think about it. And like I said, every single day you watch these videos, I will trigger thoughts, and that's how you can improve and grow your life over time. I truly love people. I love the world and I love people. And again, I got a lifetime to go. I will do these videos every day. I always have something productive or conducive to say. So love you guys, and have a great day.